Asa-Punk got radio reference.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Listen, folks. I'm wearing a pseudo Viking-esque outfit for this video. This looks kind of like a Viking hilt sword. It's a dagger bought off Cult of Athena. I think it's made by what's the company? Get Dressed for Battle. Vikings do not have daggers like this that I know of, but it looks kind of cool and it's short enough that I'm not banging myself in the knee or anything right now. So this video is going to be about crowded spaces. Somebody asked me a while back, and I forget who it was or how long ago, it's probably been a year or more, about how to maneuver long weapons in crowded spaces. So we're going to start with something simple. Walking stick, and my walking stick. Okay, so normally if you're taking swings, you want to avoid the ceiling. Now if this were a longer sword stick, I'd be hitting my ceiling. So we extend that a bit. That's still a little shorter than a single-handed sword. But if you were in a hallway using a single-handed sword, most people say thrusting. Yes, definitely. Don't hit your ceiling. But how you can mitigate that is instead of extending full out, keep it closer to your body, right? Let's see if we can hear this. I don't know if you'll be able to, but hear that? I'm only about this far from my body when doing that. So it's very close up, even with a longer weapon. These are some stick fighting techniques I kind of devised years ago. But let's say you have this Halloween prop sword, but it were real. My blade is in the Viking sword range. It's a little shorter than arming sword might be, but still, instead of going ha and hitting the ceiling, you can go hit your door. No, but hit close, right? So it's a matter of basically pulling the arm back this way and using the rotation of the shoulder to generate your force. So get your shoulder go. See? Okay. So that works fine for weapons that aren't too long. But what happens when you need something longer? Like, as described by Hector Paulus Meyer, a peasant cudgel. Well, that can still strike with authority, right? And it's not too long. But if you had it extended, obviously I can't turn around. So what you must do to turn with a longer weapon is pull it close and rotate. Pull close and rotate, right? Well, this only comes up to my chin. What if you happen to have a longer weapon, right? Balancing things are difficult. Well, I'm on this leg shorter than this leg now since knee surgery, but I think I'm about 5'11" now, so that's about a 6 foot staff, right? So obviously I can choke up and do more of a half staffing than a quarter staffing to fighting close, as we know. But when turning, even at full extension, if I drop, rotate, and then redeploy, you know, that's just a rotate. Rotate. I can do it rather fast. So what if you have a longer weapon? What if you had an actual spear? Well, my ceilings are about 8 foot. I don't know if you'll ever see the top of that. That's about 7.5 foot. So if I'm fighting in close, I would still recommend thrusting with something like this, but I can make a good strike at close range, and then turn in the hallway. You still have to be mindful of where you're at because you can potentially bang. So you have to kind of have measured this ahead of time and know that's a little bit of clearance on top and bottom. Now if this were 8 foot, it wouldn't fit, but 7.5, I can still drop it close to the floor, close to the ceiling, pivot, and then redirect. And I'm potentially not banging anything or not banging anything much. So that's a quick summary of how to maneuver in quick spaces. Hope that's helpful. Hilson. Good night, folks. Joyous Hallow Thanks, Miss everyone, and to all a good night.